Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We begin with the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. My name is Abdullah Muslim, and I'm the host, your host, for Ramadan. Its origins, its practice, and its benefit. You know, we've been talking about a lot of the things that we do during Ramadan, a lot of the actions and the mindsets and so forth and so on. I even asked you to look around you. Did you ever contemplate the amount of information that we're bombarded with, how much information we're constantly given every single day, every hour of the day? What did this president do? What did this king do? What did this emir do? Oh, boy. Who was the highest scorer in soccer? How many home runs did they hit in a baseball game? Did you see this guy jump up in the air and throw that basketball in the hoop from the other end of the court? Information. How to cook this meal and how to do this and how to do that and what book is at the top of the book list and so forth and so on and so forth and so on and so forth and so on. Oh, plus things that we have to be concerned with in our personal lives. Oh, I got to get the car fixed. Oh, I got to take my children to get their eyeglasses. I got to take them to get their teeth fixed. There's so much that's going on every single day, every hour of every day of our lives. Ramadan is a time that Allah has given us to seek sakina. Isn't that a nice word, sakina? It means tranquility. Tranquility. And I remember one Ramadan, what I did personally. I'm not recommending anybody to do this. This is something I did for myself. I couldn't even require people in my family to do it. I just decided I was going to do it. I said, you know, I'm going to turn off the television. And I'm not going to use any social media at all. None. No WhatsApp, no Facebook, no Twitter, nothing. I'm not going on any of it. I just shut everything down for the month of Ramadan. I didn't even read a newspaper. I didn't listen to the radio. I still went to work every day. I couldn't get away from that. I had to go to work. And what I did was I decided that these other things that were external to my immersing, not emerging. Emerging means come out of. Immerse goes into. Immersing myself into Ramadan as much as I was able to. Anything that prevented me that was not necessary from doing that, I wouldn't do. And I didn't for the whole month. And the first 3 or 4 days, believe me when I tell you, it was difficult because I like information. And every time I want to know something, I go to the normal sources that people go to, Wikipedia, Google, and whatever else they got out there. I'm looking for confirmation of something that's been said to me or transmitted to me in some way or another through one of the forms of media that we have. But during that month, I didn't do it. And at the end of Ramadan, the day after, no, not the day after was the Eid. Well, yeah, the day after, it was the Eid day when I bought my first newspaper in a month. And you want to know something? It was though I hadn't missed a thing. It was almost as though time had stood still, because when I picked the newspaper up, it was talking about, I don't remember what the event was, but it was something that had started on the first day or maybe a week or so before Ramadan. It was another argument between some conspiracy theorist and some other guy, and two different people with conflicting conspiracies, and I'm not into conspiracy theory. That's why I'm always looking for confirmation of what I've been told. And I hadn't missed a thing. It wasn't like I had to run to catch up on what I had missed. I had not missed a thing. I don't do it quite as extensively as I did it that particular year, that particular Ramadan. Because there are some things, some news events that we should stay aware of. But when Ramadan comes, I'm really, really less active in the social media. Much less active. During Ramadan, I read Quran. As I've mentioned to you all before, when I read the Quran, when I read it, and I've been reading it since 1975, every time I read it, there's something new. There's something new. And when I recognize this, I said, where did that come from? Where did that information come from? How can I say this? I began to realize that the Quran is written in such a way that the information that's contained in it gives you a solution to a problem that you have at the time that you're reading it. And we always have problems. We always have problems every day. So when you go into it, what you're looking for is a solution, even if it's subconsciously, even if it's working in a subliminal part of our minds, the part that we're not aware of, the subconscious. We are still looking for information that's going to help us to find solutions to our problems. And that's why we don't, maybe there are some people, there are scholars who are aware, and of course we have the Hafiz, the people, there are hundreds of millions, not tens of millions, hundreds of millions of people who have memorized the Quran. So they're aware of everything that goes on in there, provided they maintain their knowledge, their ability to memorize the Quran. So during Ramadan, whatever has occurred, whatever problem we have, whether it's financial or personal or you've run into an obstacle put up in front of you by some bureaucracy, or whatever the case may be, you're looking for a solution to your problem. The Quran has the answer. The Quran has the answer. But you have to sit and read it. And that's what Ramadan does. Ramadan puts you in a position, and it gives you the tranquility. Remember that word, sakina, tranquility, sakina, tranquility. Beautiful word. A lot of Muslims give their daughters that name, sakina. Sakina. It means tranquility. Wouldn't you like to have that type of state of mind and state of heart? Allah sets up the month of Ramadan so that for the believer, it's sakina. For those who are seeking information, for those who are seeking guidance from Allah, maybe you're not a Muslim, but you want guidance. God, I need help. Look, if you're listening to me right now, Practice Ramadan with us. Try it for a week. Try Ramadan for a week with the Muslims. And Allah will bless you with an answer to your problems. And you will find sakina, tranquility. Ramadan Mubarak. Peace be unto you.